freedom of speech. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
The moment Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts laughed at Elon Musk, they had no idea what was coming. But now it's here, and it's not a tweet, a joke, or another one of Elon's infamous internet stunts. It's a lawsuit, a brutal, calculated $80 million defamation lawsuit. And this time, there are no snarky comebacks, no mug-sipping sarcasm, just silence, lawyers, and a billionaire with receipts. The same panel that mocked Elon and turned a father-son moment into primetime ridicule, they're now watching their legacy unravel on air while Elon sits back and sues. Because the man who builds rockets, buys social platforms, and trolls billionaires decided that this fight wouldn't be digital, it would be legal. It all started with a seemingly harmless clip. Elon Musk attending a youth tech event in San Francisco, walking alongside his young son, XAE12. They weren't there for show. They weren't surrounded by PR teams. It was quiet, genuine.
Musk now asking a federal tech check. It is getting spicy now, Steve.
Yeah, Carl, spicy to say the least, with Musk ramping up this.
Elon helping his son write code, explaining how a rocket launch works, answering curious questions. A rare glimpse at the man behind the empire. The internet loved it. It was the first time in a while that Musk trended not for controversy, but for compassion. Father of the year, some posts said. He's just a dad like the rest of us, others wrote. But then The View aired. Joy Behar opened the segment with a roll of her eyes. "Oh, look at the Twitter CEO playing house," she joked. Laughter erupted. Sunny Hostin smirked and piled on. "Parenting? Come on. That's not bonding. That's a press tour." And then Whoopi Goldberg chimed in.
Favor of freedom of speech. And freedom of speech only is relevant when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people have is that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracies. You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back, who were previously.
Who is going
but you
to
accept
decide
that misinformation can be dangerous, that it can cause real-world harms, that it can potentially cause.
Yes, so the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has, at times, published things that are false. Do you agree that that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
With a half smile and that trademark sarcasm, she quipped, "I don't care if your kid's name is a math equation. If you're bringing him to a tech summit with cameras, you're not there for family. You're there for ego." The crowd howled, but not Elon. Because what The View didn't mention, what they either forgot or never bothered to research.
I don't know what else to say, but it is, I'm just looking at this video and it's so bizarre.
Was that Elon had lost a child. His first son, Nevada, died at just 10 weeks old, a wound that never fully healed. So when Elon brought his son to that event, it wasn't a photo op. It was redemption. It was healing. It was fatherhood. And when Whoopi turned that into a punchline, that was it. Elon didn't tweet back. He didn't issue a cryptic X post. He contacted his attorneys. And within days, ABC received a legal document that made one thing abundantly clear. You've gone too far. The lawsuit accuses The View of deliberate defamation, emotional harm, and exploiting a child for laughs, not as a mistake, as a strategy. And Elon? He isn't just demanding compensation. He's demanding accountability. Then came the bombshell, a public statement from Musk's team. It read, "Public figures using their platforms to mock and defame others, especially children, should be held to the same standards as any journalist. Mr. Musk refuses to let this go unanswered." That's when the meltdown began. A BC scrambled. Executives called emergency meetings. Legal teams were pulled from other cases. An internal memo, later leaked, read, "This could cost us the show."
X is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents.
Interns were ordered to comb through old footage. Editors were tasked with reviewing years of transcripts. Legal flagged dozens of episodes. Why? Because Elon's lawyers had already uncovered behind-the-scenes proof. Slack chats, segment outlines, even audio clips. In one off-camera recording, a producer was heard laughing, "Let's poke Musk again. It'll trend." Another text mentioned the kid's name again. Whoopi's delivery is killer. The case wasn't just solid, it was devastating. And then came the trial. In the courtroom, Elon was quiet, focused. His legal team rolled footage of the View panel sneering at Elon's parenting, mocking his son's name, and questioning his mental health. The jury sat in stunned silence. Then the messages appeared. Emails from ABC staff planning the Musk segment as a targeted hit.
I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And it's not good for anyone. And it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever. People got very, very, very angry and still are angry. I mean, I'm getting, all of the mail from folks and the very real anger because people feel very different.
One memo even suggested that mocking Elon's child would increase social engagement. And when a clip was played of Whoopi off mic, joking, "We push him enough, he'll blow," the courtroom froze. This wasn't banter. It was premeditated defamation. Whoopi didn't respond. She didn't blink. She just sat there. And when the evidence ended, Elon's lawyer said just 10 words. This is what media without limits looks like.
Come on, man, this is too.
The next morning, The View tried to backtrack. The music was softer. The opening jokes were gone. Whoopi addressed the camera with a voice that cracked, "We've always been a show that jokes, that laughs. But sometimes we get it wrong. And if this time we did, I apologize." Joy followed. Sonny mumbled something about learning moments. But Elon's team wasn't interested. They issued a final statement. "We are not seeking an apology. We are seeking justice." And the internet, it lost its mind. Memes flooded every platform. TikTok creators reenacted the courtroom. YouTubers posted timelines of The View's downfall. The hashtag #, too late.
And then I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, come on, man, this is too.
President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. He's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
Clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. And that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out hoping he would trip.
No, nobody wants anything done to the president.
It was lighthearted and it's the holidays. Come on. My goodness.
You did not mean that anybody should hurt the president.
No,
of course not.
Okay. The thing about this show, there's no way not to step in poo. For all of you who are waiting and saying, "Oh my God, listen to what she said," I got a cat who does it to me every day.
Whoopi trended for 48 hours straight. One of the most viral tweets read, "Never mock a billionaire who has more lawyers than you have shoes." Celebrities chimed in. Even critics of Musk said this lawsuit wasn't about tech, politics, or even free speech. It was about decency. And Musk? Still silent, still winning. He hadn't posted once. Not a thread, not a meme, not a reply. He let the evidence speak. Let the public speak. Let the court do its work. And ABC? They were imploding.
I don't believe in cancel culture. I like the phrase that my friend Nick Cannon uses. We need counsel culture. In the Jewish faith, Don, we have a concept called shuvah. And shuvah means redemption. It means all of us have the power to admit when we do wrong and to commit to doing.
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say, I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when he's going to get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, people put the leg out to trip you going down the.
Insiders said ad revenue dipped by 11% in a single week. Sponsors pulled deals. Executives whispered about canceling the next season. One insider described it as the most expensive joke in television history. And Whoopi? She stopped speaking off camera. Reports said she barely showed up to production meetings. ABC began discussions about early retirement options. The show wasn't just in trouble, it was dying.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
This show has allowed all kinds of people to come on. People we agree with, people we don't agree with. I've not been a fan of this man's. I don't like how he talks to us. I don't like how he talks to the nation.
And Musk? He stood outside the courthouse, looked at the cameras, and said nothing. His lawyer spoke again. This isn't about money. It's about the line, and they crossed it. So now the media's watching. Other talk shows are holding emergency meetings. Hosts are revising scripts. Legal departments are scanning jokes. Because Elon Musk just changed the rules. He didn't rage. He didn't rant. He filed and won the internet without saying a word. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Did The View go too far? Was mocking a child's name for ratings a bridge too far? Or did Elon Musk overreact? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you think accountability still matters in media. And hit subscribe, because this lawsuit, it's just getting started. And if Whoopi thought the cameras were harsh, wait till she sees the courtroom lighting. Stay tuned.